to my channel. Today I'm kind of continuing on with my makeup collection videos. Today's is going to be a little bit different. I'm doing my liquid lipstick collection, and it's going to be a little bit different because usually when I'm doing these collection videos I'm not in front of the camera at all. But I want to do not only hand swatches of my liquid lipsticks, but kind of show you how they look on my actual lips. I just don't really see a point in doing like a liquid lipstick collection if you're just seeing hand swatches. Like, I way prefer to see it actually on somebody's lip, and then you kind of see not only how the color looks but how it kind of looks on the lips, kind of like texture wise at the same time. So anyways, I'm sure I'm going to regret this like 3 or 4 liquid lipsticks in and my lips are going to be falling off, but hopefully I can get through them all, and I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, let's get right into it. So I was trying to figure out like the best way to kind of like categorize these. Like, I was like, do I want to do them in brands or do I want to do them in like, you know, nude colors, red colors, whatever colors, and I think I want to keep them by brand. That just seems the most organized to me, although I might have some issues with like staining on my lips if I'm trying on like a bright red and then, you know, going to a nude after that. So I'm going to try to do the best I can to not have like a bunch of staining so that you can actually see the real color of the lipstick, but I'm just going to kind of see how it goes. So anyways, the first brand that I'm going to do are the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks. I have 5 full-size ones and 1 kind of deluxe sample size. So why don't I first go through all the colors that I have. So the first one that I bought is the color Lolita. So this was a big shade back when this range came out. It was like sold out for the longest time. But it's really pretty. It's like a mauve-y kind of pink shade. It's got some brown undertones to it. There was issues with this color for a little while. Like, I think the first batch was kind of a certain color, and then when they brought it back it was a bit of a different colored shade, and some people were kind of ticked at that because it wasn't what they were expecting. I actually think I had what was supposed to be the original shade. I think the second one was more, was it more brown or something like that? I can't remember, but I do remember there being some issues with this. But this is a really nice kind of neutral color. Then I have Lolita 2. I got this for free in a sample from Sephora at some point. I think it was one of the like VIB events that they did where they give you that big bag with samples in it. So this is pretty similar to the original Lolita, except for it's a little bit more kind of terracotta orangey, I would say, but it's another really pretty neutral color. The third one I have is Noble. So this is like a really beigey nude color. This one is not like a liquid lipstick that I would wear on its own just because it's too kind of concealer lipstick for me. But I like kind of pairing this with another nude and just putting this right in the center and just kind of lighten it. It just kind of helps to lighten up that lipstick, which of course gives you kind of the effect of bigger lips, and it's really good for that. So some of these, when you see me trying them on, like they may look kind of like gnarly when you just see them straight out on my lipstick or on my lips, because usually I'd be wearing like a lip liner or pairing one like something like this with another lipstick, but I don't want to mix them in for the video. So yeah, so some of them aren't going to look the most flattering, but just be aware that I don't necessarily just wear them on their own. The next one I have is called Beloved. This is like a really nice kind of light pink color. It's pretty. I don't wear this as often as I thought I would. But it's a nice kind of neutral pink that you could get away with wearing during the day. It's not too shocking or anything like that. But speaking of a shocking pink, the next one I have is called Backstage Bambi. And this is like a really bright pink. It actually doesn't look that pink on camera. If you look at it, it looks way more bright on your actual lips, but it's kind of like a neon pink color. It's kind of good for every once in a while. I like wearing it more in the summertime, but it's really pretty. And then the last one I have is Sangre, and this is just like a classic blue-based red shade. She has a couple of reds in her line that look pretty similar. I want to say Outlaw is another red she has that looks very similar to this one. I really like this one. I think this, if I'm going to wear a red lipstick, a lot of the time I do want it to be a liquid lipstick because I really don't want to be fussing with it too much, and this is a really great option. So next I have 4 of the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipsticks. I have 2 in the full size 2 in the kind of smaller deluxe sample sizes. She does have a bunch in the full size, and then these 2 came out in a kit. I think that was before Christmas. I think they're still available though, where you got 2 of these and then a full size lip liner, and I think they were like $25 or $30, which was like I think a great deal and a great way to try out a couple shades and try the lipstick and try the lip pencil without spending too much money at one time. And I really love Huda Beauty lipsticks and lip liners. They've just got a great shade range. Like, it's just fantastic neutrals with some kind of quirky mixes in. Like, this one right here, Vixen, is like a really pretty dark vampy color. It's like a vampy berry kind of brown purpley shade. Really pretty. Like, and again, when I'm gonna wear a shade this dark and kind of like, you know, in your face, I usually want it in a liquid lipstick form because it helps it to just kind of stay in place, be sharp, and be pigmented, and I don't have to worry about it moving around or anything like that. The second shade I have is called Spice Girl. And this one's really pretty too. This is very much like a brownie pink, but like a lot of emphasis on the brownie gray side of it. It's really pretty actually. It kind of reminds me of, oh my gosh, what is that one from Sepia? Yeah, Sepia by Anastasia Beverly Hills. They had that liquid lipstick come out a while ago and everybody was all crazy for it. This is kind of like a little bit of a less intense version. Like, it has a little bit less gray than that one does and a little bit more brown and pink to it, but it's still very similar. It's a nice unique shade that I think I might have one other lipstick that's anything close to this. And then I have these 2, and these 2 are just really great nudes. So the first one is Trendsetter, which is like a pretty kind of pinky orange color. It's got a little bit of like terracotta in there. And then I have Bombshell, which is just like a classic pinky nude shade. Really pretty. When you buy the little kits, actually the shades that come in it are supposed to complement each other. So you put the lip liner on first, you put the darker of the 2 shades on, so in this case it would be Bombshell, and then you would put like a little bit of Trendsetter in the middle to kind of emphasize your lips and make them look a little bit bigger. So I really like this formula of her lipsticks. It's one of my favorites. So then the rest of my liquid lipstick collection is kind of like random. I've got like 1 of some brand, 1 of another, or 2 of another. Anyways, I actually only have 1 Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. I have 4 or 5 of the lip glosses, and I do really like those, but I only have 1 of the liquid lipsticks. And I think it's because there's not a ton of neutrals, like wearable neutrals in the line. Like, they have some reds, but I already have some reds. They've got some crazy shades in there. And then they have a lot of kind of really nude nudes that don't really work for my skin tone. So I only have 1, and this is in the shade Sad Girl. And it's pretty. I've only worn it once actually because it's a red shade there, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a dark, almost kind of maroon, but it's got like red glitter in it. So it's a really unique shade. I don't have anything else that has that like kind of glitter to it. It's really pretty though, and these do dry down pretty well. I will say that this is something that I kind of like to put like a red lip liner underneath, because with the glitter you can get a little bit of patchiness to it, and it doesn't seem to dry down as well as I think some of the others do because of the glitter. But I mean, to kind of mesh the glitter and the pigment together, I think they did do a pretty good job overall. And then I have 2 liquid lipsticks from Bare Minerals. These are part of the Gen Nude liquid lipstick line. They've got like this new Gen Nude kind of formula. I think they have lip glosses, I think they have lipsticks, and then they've got like the liquid lipsticks. And these are really awesome. I was really surprised. So the first one I have is called Friendship, and it's a really pretty pink shade. Like, I prefer neutrals in my liquid lipsticks. You're going to see that as a common theme throughout the video. But this is really pretty. It dries down a little bit darker, I think, maybe than it does in the tube, but really pretty. And then the other one I have is Wink. And this again is another shade that I don't necessarily wear on its own. I think I could get away with it, but just for me, it's a little bit too light. It's something that I like wearing with kind of a lip line, a darker lip liner underneath, but it's a really pretty shade. So these I think are absolutely fantastic if you are somebody that has like dry lips or really can't stand the feel of a liquid lipstick, like you find them too drying or they're looking cracky and dry and flaky on your lips. I think this line has one of the best formulas for making like a comfortable liquid lipstick. It's a very, very kind of thin consistency and just sits really well on the lips. It's got a nice kind of flat doe foot applicator there. I think if you want to get into liquid lipsticks but you just find them so drying, I would say try one of these out and see what you think about it, because these are honestly pretty comfortable. They're the kind of liquid lipstick that I can, you know, put on in the morning for work and do 8 hours in it and my lips don't feel like they're like falling off by the end of the day. And so next I have two of the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks. I have one in the full size, one that's like a little mini. This one I know I got for free, and I think it was like, well, not for free, it was like a 500 point perk kit that I got, and this came in it. It's like a really pretty kind of blue based red. I haven't worn it a ton just because I have, you know, 3 or 4 other kind of red liquid lipsticks, but I have worn it once or twice and it is pretty. This one's called Fiery, so I think you can see it pretty well there. Yeah, and then the other one I have is called, I don't know if it's called Baci or Baci or Baci or what. It's like B-A-C-I. And I remember there was a lot of people who had bought this and like nobody knew how to pronounce it. So anyways, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a really pretty kind of, like a light pink, but it's got like a gray, it's got kind of those gray undertones to it that were really popular a little while back. I do like this liquid lipstick. It's really pretty. It's a pretty good formula too. I do find it's not like the best formula liquid lipstick wise, but it's pretty good. So now I just have a couple randoms for the next 4. So I have one of the Estee Lauder, these are called the Pure Color Envy liquid lipsticks. This is in True Liar, and it's a really pretty, oh yeah, you can see that. It's like a really pretty, almost like purple shade really. It's like, it's berry enough to get away with without somebody being like, oh my god, look at that purple lipstick, but it's definitely like pretty purple. But it looks really pretty on. It's a good formula. It doesn't dry down like 100% matte, I would say, which makes it more comfortable to wear, but you also, you know, have to be aware that it could do a little bit of moving around on your lips, but otherwise it's a really unique color. I don't have any other liquid lipsticks that are like as purple as this, and I really like it. And my other kind of random one that I have is, I only have one of the Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipsticks. This is in Redrum, which, can I just say, Jeffree Star has like, I always love his packaging on his products, and I especially love the names, like Redrum. It's just so cool. I really appreciate that he's like so different and alternative and true to himself, and he's brought that into his makeup line. It's just like a breath of fresh air. It's really cool. And again, these are one of the best liquid lipstick formulas, I would say. They're really comfortable. The pigment to these is insane. They're a little bit thicker feeling than some of the other liquid lipsticks that I have, but that's where you're getting the pigment from. Like sometimes when you've got thinner liquid lipsticks, you don't have as much pigment there. But these are super pigmented, super long wearing. They dry down all the way, and they're just really awesome. These are pretty good too if you've got really dry lips, but you want to try liquid lipsticks, but you're, you know, looking for the right kind of brand that you can, you know, survive the day in one of these. I would love to get more colors in these, because there's some really cool shades. Like I think Androgyny I wanted to get, but it was sold out forever and ever and ever. And there's a really bright kind of reddy orange color called, I think it's called Anna Nicole, that I kind of had my eye on for a long time. So, but I only have the one as of now, but I really do like it. So next I have two of the Dose of Color liquid lipsticks. I remember like seeing so many photos on Instagram and, you know, videos on YouTube talking about these liquid lipsticks, and there were so many like really popular colors, like Stone by Dose of Colors was so big, and I was like, oh, I want to try them so bad, but I mean, they're one of those brands that I have to like order from the website, and the shipping to Canada is always bad. And so you're really gonna kind of like pick and choose what you try from lines like that. So I finally broke down and bought 2 of the liquid lipsticks. I have this one in Berry Me, and I would say this is like the closest I have. Remember I was saying I have that purple one from Estee Lauder that's very unique. This would be the closest that I would have to it. And once again, it is like a pretty purple berry, but I would say there's definitely more berry in this. But the packaging on these is beautiful. It's like this, what do you, like, I don't even know how to explain. It's like a glass container. It's got a pretty white top, but then it's like cloudy, the glass. They're just really pretty. And I love that you can see the color through the packaging. And then this one is called Truffle. And it is just a pretty pinky nude shade. So I love, love, love the color on this. Now, I will say, after like trying these out a few times, I was really disappointed in them. They're probably the driest liquid lipstick formula I have ever tried. I don't think I have anything even close to as dry as these get. So while the colors are really pretty, I can't wear them for a long time because A, my lips are just dying. Like an hour or 2 in, they feel so dry, and they also wear off really badly. Like they'll do that thing where like you can see every little line and crevice in your lips, and then they're crumbling off, and they're crumbling off not in a good way. So I don't know. I have a hard time recommending these. They have such beautiful shades in the line, but to me they're just so drying that they're you can like, for me, I can only get away with wearing them for a couple hours, and then I've got to have a break. So the last 5 that I have are from the Sephora collection. These are the cream lip stains. So they're kind of marketed, I mean, you would think they're a liquid lipstick, but they don't dry down 100% matte. Like there is still a little bit of transfer to them, but for the most part, they're pretty liquid lipsticks, so I did put them in this video. And they're really pretty. So when this line first came out, they only had about maybe 10 shades or so, and I liked a couple of them, and I ordered a couple of them because they're pretty affordable. I think they were like, I want to say $12 or $16 Canadian, something like that. Maybe like 16 or 18, because 12 seems pretty cheap for Canadian, which is pretty good for a liquid lipstick. So I wanted to try a couple out, and I did end up getting, originally they had this shade, which is 01. Once again, just a blue-based red, and then they had number 10, which is like a straight-up orange lipstick, and they were pretty good. I was pretty happy with them. I don't try a lot from the Sephora collection for some reason. I don't know why. I just kind of always pass over it, but they do have some good stuff in that line. And I really like this one. This one, when I ordered it online, like I love a like orangey red shade, but this one is just a bit too orange, I think. It's just something that if I'm going to use, I have to mix it in, because to me that's just orange. Like there's not much red there. And then a little while ago, probably maybe 2 or 3 months ago, they put out probably 40 new shades or something and added it to the line. And there was all kinds of really beautiful neutrals and deeper berry shades that were so pretty. So I ended up buying 3 of them. And I was kind of on this like neutrally kind of brown undertone lipstick thing. So even though these 3 kind of look all the same, I promise they are different. And this one is shade 24. This one's really pretty. It's like a pinky neutral, but it's got a little bit of berry to it. And then this one is 39. And this one is a lot like the Huda Beauty one I have in Spice Girls, where it's like that pinky neutral shade, but it's got a lot of gray brown undertones to it. And then I have shade 23, which is kind of like a lighter version of the last one I just showed you. A little bit lighter, but still with those kind of brown gray undertones to it. So these are pretty. They're very affordable. The range is so huge now that you could find like any color you wanted. I know they have a teal, they have like purples, I think they have a black, like They've got all kinds of shades in the line. They're pretty affordable, so I would say check them out. At the same time, like, I also don't think lip stain is a very good name for these because they're super pigmented. And when I think of a lip stain, I think of something that's like, you know, maybe initially have some pigment to it but wears off and leaves a stain, but these aren't like that at all. So the name of these is very like kind of bizarre to me. But anyways, let's try these on and I'll show you how they look. So this is Noble by Kat Von D. You can see it's like pretty nude, and I think some people could get away with this just wearing it like this, but for me it's a little bit too like concealer-y looking, but it's really pretty. This is Lolita. Lolita 2 by Kat Von D. This is Beloved by Kat Von D. It's funny, it looks brighter than I remember it actually. But yeah. This is Backstage Bambi by Kat Von D. This is Sangre by Kat Von D. This is such a pretty red. I really like this red. I gotta wear this more often. This is Stila's Baci? I don't know how to pronounce it. This is Wink by Bare Minerals. Again, pretty nude shade. Not something I typically wear on its own, but something I love layering with darker colors. So this is Friendship by Bare Minerals, and I forgot until I kind of put them on here. These have like a moussey almost feel to them on the lips, and I think that's part of why they're so comfortable. It's a really different liquid lipstick formula that I don't have with any of my other liquid lipsticks, but oh, they're so awesome. This is just like such a pretty natural everyday shade. It's kind of like a My Lips but better version, and oh, I just love this one. So this is Vixen by Huda Beauty. Again, with these darker shades, you really got to be careful with your application because your application can make all the difference between it looking fantastic and really shitty. My application of this, because I've put on like 10 of these already, is pretty bad, so try to forgive that, but otherwise I do really like the shade. It actually is pulling more like brown than I remember it being, but I kind of like that. I'm into like the brown lipsticks, and it makes your teeth look really white, which is a great bonus. So this is Spice Girl by Huda Beauty. So when I use this one, it's a little bit patchy, like, to be quite honest, which I don't find with her other shades in this line that I have. Yeah, it's a little bit weirdly patchy, so I always had to put like 2 layers of it on. So I'll put 1 layer on, let it dry, and then put another layer on, let that dry, and then you're pretty much good to go. But just be warned that if you do buy this shade, you have to fiddle around with it a little bit more than some of the other ones in this line. So I don't know why this one's different than the rest, but I do like the actual color of it, so I'm willing to do a little bit of like, you know, a little bit more fiddling than I usually do with the liquid lipstick. This one is Trendsetter by Huda Beauty, one of my favorites. This is Bombshell by Huda Beauty. Again, one of my favorite kind of beautiful, just neutral colors. This is Truffle by Dose of Colors. Such a beautiful color, but again, so drying. I also forgot how good these smell. They smell like vanilla or something like that. That's an awesome little bonus. Bury Me by Dose of Colors. So this is number 39 from the Sephora collection. This one is an absolute great dupe for the Spice Girl shade by Huda Beauty. It's cheaper, and I actually think it just goes on better. Like, it's not streaky like that one is. So if I had to go between the two, I would definitely recommend this one over that shade. This is number 24 by the from the Sephora collection. This is number 23 from the Sephora collection. This is True Liar by Estee Lauder. So these ones don't dry down all the way matte. Like I'll still have some shine to them if you're wondering why this looks like pretty glossy. It will dry down a little bit more than it is right now, but at the end of the day I still do have some gloss to it for sure. This is Fiery by Stila. Again, any kind of like blue based reds make your teeth look really white, which is really great. This is number 10 by the Sephora collection. I'm finding this looks a little bit less orange like on camera, but if I'm just like looking in the mirror after putting this on, like it looks really orange. So you might be thinking, oh, you're crazy, it doesn't look that orange, but I don't know, the camera seems to be picking up a little bit less orange than it actually is. So this is number 1 from the Sephora collection. Such a beautiful red. It makes my teeth look so white. It's vibrant, it's bright, it's so pigmented, it's not patchy whatsoever. And these ones are pretty affordable. If you're in the market for a really beautiful red liquid lipstick, I would definitely suggest checking this one out. This is Redrum by Jeffree Star. And this is Sad Girl by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So there are my Kat Von D liquid lipsticks swatched out. They're in the same order that I tried them on, so I won't go through all the names. I'll try for the most part to keep things in the order that I put them on, because I just don't want to be saying the names over and over again, but I think you can get an idea of which color is what. So here are the rest of my liquid lipsticks swatched out. So the first 4 here are my Huda Beauty ones. The next 2 are my Bare Minerals Gen Nude liquid lipsticks. And then these 2 are my Stila Stay All Days. This is Sad Girl by Anastasia. This is my Estee Lauder liquid lipstick in True Liar. And then this one is Redrum by Jeffree Star. And then I just kind of squeezed the last few right on the other side of my arm. So these 2 are my Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. And then these 5 here are my cream lip stains from the Sephora collection. So hopefully you can see those half decently. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually got through that. My lips are dying, but at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe found a few shades that you'd like to try out yourself. Let me know which ones are your favorite liquid lipsticks. You know, I'm always willing to try some new stuff. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
So, this is my... What is this one?
That's your red one?
Yeah.
Your lipstick?
What is this one?
What color are the other ones?
I don't know.
Will you tell me?
There's gray.
Ooh.
There's gray. And there's red. That's all my colors are.
That's all your colors? Do you like them?
Uh-huh.
Which one's your favorite? Show me your
that
favorite.
one and that one and that one and that one and that one.
They're all your favorite? Wow. It must be pretty good then. All right, you want to say goodbye, everyone?
Bye, everyone.